Hey, you. Welcome back to the channel. And guys, today we want to talk about the Captain Marvel trailer that just broke not long ago. So, Captain Marvel, said to be the most powerful Avenger. We get her some scenes from this film that's coming out in 2019, and it looks quite interesting. Now, so what we know about Captain Marvel is she was this military pilot, and she gets seemingly zapped into the Kree world. Kree, we're speaking about Ronan the Accuser. We remember him from the first Guardians of the Galaxy film. He was trying to gather the Infinity Stones, and the Guardians of the Galaxy were able to defeat him in the end. And so the Kree Empire is this ancient empire, galactic empire that had been trying to find the super weapons to win their wars. And so Captain Marvel, according to the comic books, anyway, Captain Marvel is one of their experimentations, right, to destroy their enemies. So she has this immense power. So we get to see some of this in the trailer. Now, the trailers, you can't really, some things you can clearly see what's going on. Some things, we don't know exactly what direction they're going, but we can clearly see that in the opening bit of the trailer, Captain Marvel crashes into a Blockbuster store. And we know Blockbuster no longer exists. So that lets us know right there that, this obviously is taking place in the past. And, from the storyline, it seems she left Earth in the 90s, right? So when she returns in the present day, she will be have a lot of catching up to do. Things are going to look different, obviously, from her to her on Earth. But you also get to see what appears to be a young Nick Fury. You get to see what appears to be looks like a young Agent Coulson. It looks like, and so I thought the trailer looked pretty. I thought it looked pretty good. Now she's wearing these this like Kree green look, but now this looks like Jamon Hansu here in the corner from the original Guardians of the Galaxy movies, and I'm assuming he's the same character he was in that film. And there's some cool things about the trailer. For instance, we get to see Captain Marvel wearing her helmet, right? And I really like that helmet. When she gets on Earth, she's not wearing it, but I like to see a lot more of her wearing that helmet. That's interesting to me. I like the look with her in that helmet. And so some complaints I have was not so much about the trailer, but the appearance of the trailer. Like for instance, Brie here, I can't remember the actress's last name, but I like her look. I think her look's fine to a certain degree as far as my only concern, I guess, what I'm going for is that in in her suits, like her, this kind of looks like a jumpsuit type bit, the garb they wear. But this actress, I don't know what her height is. It might be like 5'4" or something, 5'3", 5'4", 5'5". I don't know, but it kind of bothers me in some of the shots because she, in these jumpsuit, these suits, these costumes they're wearing, I don't find it's very flattering for her. At certain points in it, she looks very kind of stubby. She looks kind of short, and the I guess I'm spoiled from the comics. Captain Marvel, she always has this kind of statuesque, powerful look. So the problem I have is even though she's supposed to be the most powerful Avenger, it's just certain shots when she's doing things, when she's manifesting her power. There's certain things that kind of throw me off in the scenes because it just, she looks kind of stubby, and when she's standing around everybody else, of course they're towering over her and various things like that. And I think I would have liked a more statuesque look, maybe even more like this character here in the corner here. I don't know exactly who that is. I'm not Miss Captain Marvel's adventures. I'm not very well versed on. I just know her from leading the Avengers and various things like that. But I do know that just from a cinematic approach, it can make, it kind of takes away from the scene. I guess the best thing I could compare it to is I like the actor Tyler Hoechlin, I believe his name is, or Hoken, who plays the TV Superman on Supergirl. But Tyler, I think he's only like 6 feet 6'1", and that's not short. I'm 6'1". That's not short. That's a fairly decent height in film, I think. However, the Superman character has been played by people who are like 6'4", 6'3", 6'4". It's like that's pretty much the average height for Superman, and it's important because, at certain scenes you want Superman to look very heroic and at least, at the very least, be a comparable scale to the people he's, battling, fighting against. And so it's just that's the only thing kind of took away from it. Another thing, the trailer wasn't bad, but it wasn't, it wasn't just like this, oh, I got to get up and go see this film. It was fair. It was pretty good. And it's interesting. It's interesting enough to make me want to go see it. I guess, too, I don't know if any trailer might have would have been. And I kind of take that back. I think they could have come up with a trailer better than this, but I was just gonna say, with the kind of the hype around Captain Marvel being the most powerful Avenger, I don't know if it was going to be completely satisfactory to everybody doing justice, but I thought it was a fair trailer. It definitely has my interest, and I will be seeing the film, and I'm going to see what they do with this character. She does look very powerful. There are scenes where you can see that she's just manifesting this, this power, and that she's going to be a problem to deal with. And so in the comics, we know she defeats many people, and she's very powerful. But anyway, that's all I want to say. I thought it was a interesting enough trailer. Guys, if you like content like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. And don't forget that you can watch this same video on BitTube and actually get paid for it. Can you imagine that? Get paid for it. So if you're catching this video on YouTube, there will be a link in the description to BitTube. You can watch it over there and you can get compensated for it. I usually say it in the beginning, but I want to get into the trailer. Anyway, guys, until next time, take care.